Welcome. In this video we're going to do an unboxing of the Trickster Takeover Scenario Pack for Marvel Champions, the card game. So I finally got my copy of the Trickster Takeover Scenario Pack, and just real quick we can look that this is a 78 card scenario pack in which we get to navigate the devious plots of the Enchantress and Loki as they use their twisted magic to throw the heroes for a loop. Discover 2 unique scenarios and a modular encounter set featuring enthralled minions you can recruit to your side, and features a new epic multiplayer mode. Work together with other player groups to take down the various avatars of Loki himself. So jump into this right away. See if I can get all this stuff out. Got a new booklet and 2 packs of cards. Let's see what the rules have for us. Enchantress and God of Lies, modular encounter set. So, offers epic multiplayer mode. And the symbol, let's see, new rules. We have find. So when you're instructed to find a card, search each area where the card could be found. So the play area, set aside area, player deck, discard pile, encounter deck, etc. Do not search the victory display, cards that have been removed from the game, or face down encounter cards currently dealt to players. Do not search game areas unnecessarily if you know where the card you're looking for can be found. And then feature keywords that we've seen before: hinder, incite, linked. Let's see, note this product comes with 4 ally cards linked to minions in the Trickster Magic modular set. Each linked ally could be set aside during setup for any scenario using Trickster Magic as a modular set. Also have Patrol, Permanent, Stalwart, Steady, and Victory X. And going over the victory display. And moving on, we've got the per group icon. So it's used in the God of Lies scenario. During this, each player joins a group of 1 to 4 players. Each group is assigned a pod. So the icon is on a card in the group's game area. That icon multiplies the value by the number of groups. So not something that'll affect me or most of us for play, but definitely something for bigger groups. Then modular set, the Trickster Takeover, comes with the Trickster Magic modular set. And that's going to give us these 4 allies here. And whenever you defeat those, they'll have a when defeated ability that the person who defeated it will take those minions and they'll become allies, which is pretty neat. See the Enchantress story so far. Got some flavor text there. Forced actions. So you may perform a forced action at any time during the player phase. They can normally perform an action, but the player phase cannot end until all possible forced actions have been performed. Then talking about enchantment attachments. So with the trance, there's going to be multiples of those. But on the back side, have some different when revealed abilities. The God of Lies, that's getting on to our groups. So whether you're a single group or the epic multiplayer mode. So going through the setup, how to deal with group pods, and then how you do that in the epic mode. Playing in separate game areas, group pods, event organizers, what they recommend in the epic multiplayer mode. Got a time limit of 180 minutes. Synergy environments. And rules for both modes. Swapping avatars of Loki, shattering the illusion, tracking damage on Loki, and tracking threat on the worlds collide. And then a brief FAQ. And we'll go ahead and jump into our packs. All right, with the plastic wrap off, we have the Enchantress set, so one of 32 cards. The Loki, God of Lies, one of 34 cards. And then the Trickster Magic modular set, one of 11. So let's go ahead and start with Loki. Let's get his God of Lies. We've got a main scheme, Shatter the Illusion, and then Avatars of Loki. Looks like 4 of those. Then we've got our Mischief and Mayhem main scheme, some attachments, and the rest of those cards. So let's see here. So the main Loki, you can see those are not available. If Loki God of Lies has 10 health per player or fewer remaining hit points, flip this card over. So it starts with 20. And then when revealed, each group in the standard mode attaches their set-aside intense focus to the avatar of Loki villain in their game area. Each group in expert mode flips through their intense focus attachment to its total focus side. He's defeated. If he's defeated, all players in all groups win the game. Let's go to this one, Shatter the Illusion. When a fading figment is revealed, follow these steps to shatter Loki's illusion. Remove each shatter counter from fading figment, then deal damage to Loki God of Lies equal to the number of shatter counters removed this way. Swap the fading figment in play with a random set-aside villain avatar of Loki side face up. Then set the hit point dial of that avatar of Loki villain to its printed hit point value. Deal each player 1 face down encounter card. And then that's the epic multiplayer reminders for group pods per group, separate game areas, and cross-group communication. It's allowed and highly encouraged. So the Worlds Collide main scheme, going over our contents. Create a separate game area for each player group. And unless you're playing in one group, then you've got that. Each group follows the instructions on Mischief and Mayhem 1A. Then we've got Worlds Collide 2. So then looking at the Mischief and Mayhem, to resolving Worlds Collide A, do the following. Put a random avatar of Loki villain into play. Set each other avatar of Loki villain in the Shatter the Illusion card aside. Put each synergy environment into play. Standard mode, set the intense focus attachment aside. In expert mode, you'll attach it. Then over here, we've got the Forced Interrupt. When the scheme would be completed, remove all threat from here and place 1 threat on Worlds Collide instead. And then when an identity would be defeated, change that identity's form to alter ego, set its hit point dial to 1, and place a threat on Worlds Collide instead. So that's our main scheme over there. Then we've got Loki the Rascal, the Miscreant, the Knave, and the Wretch. See, their schemes and attacks will differ on each. Let's see, for the Rascal, to resolve a boost card during Loki the Rascal's activation. If that card is a treachery, either deal it to yourself as a face-down encounter card or spend a resource of any type. And Force Interrupt, when this villain would be defeated, place 5 per player shatter counters here and flip this card instead. So Shatter the Illusion. See the set-aside illusion card. Choose a group in your pod, then place synergy counters on their united front environment equal to the number of players in their group. Then the Miscreant. After you resolve a treachery, place a threat on the main scheme and a threat on a side scheme. When he is defeated, we're going to do the same things, it looks like. And synergy on the mounting resistance. Then the Knave. After you resolve a treachery, deal a damage to your identity and a damage to an ally you control. And when he's defeated, place the shatter counters here and flip that over. And that goes to a domineering force. And then the Wretch. When he activates against you, discard the top card of the encounter deck. If Treachery was discarded this way, he gets +1 scheme and attack for this activation. When he would be defeated, he gets shatter counters here and flip this card. And these go in the Feigned Retreat environment. So another Fading Figment. So let's see if we can find the synergy environments. So the Domineering Force makes 1 per player counters here. Interrupt when a friendly character attacks. Remove a counter from here. That attack deals 4 additional damage. Feigned Retreat. When an identity will take any amount of damage, remove a counter from here. Prevent 4 of that damage. Then Resistance. When a friendly character thwarts, remove a counter from here. That thwart removes 4 additional threat. And the Unified Front. Remove a counter from here to generate 2 wild resources. All right, so the rest of his cards. Intense Focus. Gets +2 per player hit points and gains steady. When revealed in standard mode, discard the top 2 cards per player of the encounter deck and the top 5 cards of each player deck. So boost scheme and attack. Wrapped in Chains, attach your identity, cannot ready. When revealed, exhaust your identity. Hero action, spend 2 resources of the same type, discard this card, place a shatter counter on the avatar of the Loki villain. Let me just make sure, yes, nothing on backsides here. The Dark Scepter gives Loki Stalwart. Treacheries cannot be canceled. To resolve a Treachery, spend 2 resources of the same type to discard this card, +1 attack. His Buddy, scheme of 0, attack of 1, 2 health. Guard, when defeated, the defeating player discards the top card of the encounter deck. If it is a Treachery, deal the Buddy to that player as a face down encounter card. And he's got a couple buddies. Then Grendel, scheme of 1, attack of 1, 6 health, and Guard. When he attacks, discard the top 3 cards in encounter deck. For each Treachery discarded this way, he gets +1 attack for this attack. And when defeated, place 3 shatter counters on the avatar of Loki villain. Then Malekith, scheme of 2, attack for 2, 5 health. Retaliate 1. After he attacks you, discard the top card of the encounter deck. If the card is a Treachery, deal it to yourself as a face down encounter card. When defeated, place 2 shatter counters on the avatar villain. And the Minotaur made a run for it. It's got a scheme of 2, attack of 2, health of 4, toughness. If there are 5 or more Treacheries in the encounter discard pile, he activates against you, and when defeated, place 2 shatter counters on the Loki villain. The Mangog or Mongog, scheme of 3, attack of 4, 10 health per group. Victory of 1. Any player in your pod can attack the Mongog as if it were in their game area. Defeated, each group in your pod places 3 shatter counters on the avatar Loki villain and a synergy counter on one of the environments. Fenrir's Wolf, scheme of 1, attack of 2, 7 health. Got guard and patrol. When defeated, 3 shatter counters on the avatar of Loki villain. Choose a group in your pod. Then place a synergy counter on their mounting resistance environment. Then we're just going to call this Big Bird. Scheme of 2, attack for 2, 7 health. Discard the top 3 cards of the encounter deck. If Treachery was discarded this way, take 2 indirect damage. When defeated, place 3 shatter counters on the avatar of Loki villain. Choose a group in your pod. Then place a synergy counter on Domineering Force environment. And we've got an Ice Giant, Lawfey, scheme of 2, attack of 3, 7 health. Let's see, after character attacks him, discard the top card of the encounter deck. If it was a Treachery, stun the attacker. Then when defeated, place 3 shatter counters on the avatar of Loki. Choose a group in your pod. Place a synergy counter on Unified Front. Then we have some side schemes. Hour of Stasis. When revealed, discard the top 2 cards in counter deck. 3 if you're in expert mode. If treachery is discarded this way, exhaust your identity. Door Between Worlds. Victory 1. Any player in your pod can thwart Door Between Worlds as if they were in your game area. When defeated, each group in your pod places 3 shatter counters on the Loki villain and a synergy on one of their synergy environments. That's a lot of not so good symbols there. Some lofty goals. When defeated, place 2 shatter counters on the avatar of Loki villain. Zabu's taking indirect damage for each character you can control. You've got a couple of those big goals. And then new Jotunheim. Place 3 shatter counters on the Loki villain when defeated. Choose a group in your pod. Place a synergy counter on their feigned retreat. Then we have 2 Dark Arts. Gains insight in expert mode. When revealed, search the encounter discard pile for a minion and reveal it. Otherwise, place 3 threat on the main scheme. You've got a Dirty Trick. Remove a shatter counter from the Loki villain. Take 2 damage. Take an indirect damage for each character you control as a boost. 2 Story of Lies. When revealed, swap the avatar Loki villain in play with a random set-aside Loki villain. Then if Loki the Knave or the Miscreant is in play, he schemes with +1 in expert mode. If it's Rascal or Wretch, he attacks you and +1 in expert mode. So that looks like everything for Loki, the God of Lies. So now on to the Enchantress. So this goes back to the 3 basic cards. We've got our main schemes and just normal cards. So 1A, Prime Real Estate. Go over the contents. Modular set, Trickster Magic. Setup. Set the future despair side scheme aside. Attach a random hypnotic gaze to each identity. Players cannot look at the reverse sides. Set each remaining hypnotic gaze aside. Then the Prime Real Estate. When a charm counter would be placed on the enchantment card in your play area, if your identity has the enthralled trait, place a threat here instead. Sovereign Sorceress. When revealed, if the Crown of the Enchantress attachment is in play, stun each identity. Otherwise, go looking for the Crown of the Enchantress. And on this side, when a charm counter would be placed on the enchantment card in your play area, if your identity has the enthralled trait, place a threat here instead. So in standard mode, you're going to get 1 and 2, and then expert 2 and 3. So it starts out with a scheme of 2, attack of 1. After Enchantress attacks you, place a charm counter on the enchantment card in your play area. 15 health per player. Then version 2, scheme of 2, attack of 2, study and toughness. When revealed in standard mode, put the set aside future despair into play, then place an additional 3 threat per player on it. After she attacks you, place a charm counter on the enchantment card in your play area, 16 health per player. Then version 3, scheme of 3, attack of 2, ready, toughness. When revealed, put the set aside future despair into play, then place an additional 4 threat per player on it. Then force response, after Enchantress attacks you, place a charm counter on the enchantment card in your play area. And 18 health per player on that. Alright, so the main cards of their deck. Got a side scheme, Future of Despair. Enchantress gains stalwart and cannot take damage. When revealed, place a charm counter on each enchantment card in play. Just make sure. Yes, here we go. We've got the Hypnotic Gaze cards. Gains a Defiant trait. There are 5 or more charm counters here. Remove each charm counter here and flip this card. So there's the Gaze. And then we've got Trance of Envy, Greed, Pride, Sloth, and Wrath. So an Envy, looks like you're going to be enthralled with all of them. When revealed, discard a card you control. Otherwise, discard the top 8 cards of your deck. Forced action, exhaust this card. Give Enchantress a face-down boost card to ready your identity. Then with Greed, you are confused. Otherwise, take 2 damage. Forced action, exhaust this card to draw a card. Then play that card, paying its cost. If you cannot, take a damage. Pride, when revealed, exhaust your identity. Otherwise, discard a card at random from your hand. Exhaust this card, place a threat on the main scheme to remove 2 threat from a side scheme. And those are the forced actions, so you've got to do that at some time on your turn. Sloth, when revealed, you're stunned. Otherwise, place 2 threat on the main scheme. Forced action is exhaust the card, heal a damage from Enchantress, draw a card, then discard a card. And Wrath. When revealed, search the top 5 cards of the encounter deck for a card and reveal it. Forced action, exhaust this card, take an indirect damage, deal 2 damage to a minion. So those are our hypnotic gazes. And I think everything else is going to be normal. Yep. So an alluring call. Attach your identity. Forced action, exhaust it. Place a charm counter on the enchantment card in your play area. Play a card from your hand, reducing its resource cost by 1. Alter ego action, exhaust this card to discard it. Kiss of Temptation. Attach your identity, exhaust this card, place a charm counter in the enchantment card in your play area, draw a card, then discard a card from your hand. So an alter ego action, exhaust this card to discard this card. We've got Love Concoction. Forced action, exhaust it, place a charm counter on an enchantment card in your play area to ready your identity. Then alter ego action, exhaust this card to discard this card. And Getting Seduced. Cannot make basic attacks or play attack events. Alter ego action, spend an energy and mental resource to discard this card. And then Crown of the Enchantress. Attached to her, in expert mode, she gains Stalwart. Force response, after she schemes against you, place a charm counter on your enchantment card in your play area. Hero action, each player exhausts their identity and takes a damage and discard this card. Then we've got a few minions, some more side schemes, and treacheries. So the minions, we've got an enthralled lackey, scheme of 2, attack of 1, 3 health, quick strike. After this minion attacks you, place a charm counter on the enchantment card in your play area. A boost to choose either place a charm counter on the enchantment card or confuse your identity. So we've got a couple of those. Then we've got 2 brutes. Scheme of 1, attack of 2, 4 health with guard. While this minion is engaged with a player whose identity has the enthralled trait, the minion gets +3. And the boost is choose to either place a charm counter on the enchantment card in your play area or exhaust your identity. Then we've got Cinder. Scheme of 1, attack of 4. His attacks deal indirect damage. When revealed, if your identity has a defiant trait, Cinder activates against you. If your identity has the enthralled trait, give Cinder a tough status card. And then Ulick. Expert mode, he gains toughness. Schema of 0, attack of 3, 5 health. If a player deals any amount of damage to Enchantress, Ulick attacks that player. When defeated, Enchantress attacks the player who defeated Ulick and gets +1 attack for that attack. Alright, so on to our side schemes. We have 2 Law of Attractions. When revealed, discard cards from a top encounter deck until an enthralled minion is discarded and reveal that minion. And 2 Spellbounds. When defeated, each player whose identity has a defiant trait places a charm counter on the enchantment card in their play area. Each player whose identity has the enthralled trait discards a card they control. Then on to our treacheries, we have on Do My Bidding. When revealed, if your identity has the defiant trait, choose one. If your identity has the enthralled trait, do both in any order. Searching counter deck and discard pile for a minion and reveal it. And searching counter deck and discard pile for a side scheme and reveal it. Seems nasty. 2 magical restraints. When revealed, if your identity has a defiant trait, choose one. If you're enthralled, do both. You're stunned, place a charm counter on your enchantment card. And confused, doing the same with the charm counters. Then Spell Blast, 2 of those. If you have the defiant trait, choose one. Enthralled, both. Enchantress schemes, +1 scheme in expert mode and attacks you. +1 attack in expert mode. Seems deadly. And Spell Shards. When revealed, take 3 indirect damage. If your identity took any amount of damage this way, place a charm counter on the enchantment card in your play area. And the boost, place a charm counter on the enchantment card in your play area. So that takes care of everything for Enchantress. Now the modular set. So we've got these 4 that will pop out whenever we defeat those 4. So let's look at these first then. The Trickster Tango. The villain gains Stalwart. If this activation is an attack, it gains Overkill. Puppet Master. Expert mode, it gets Hinder 1 per player. Allies cannot thwart this scheme or defend against the villain's attacks. And a Love Triangle. Attached to an ally control, otherwise this card gains Surge. Attached ally cannot attack the villain or defend against the villain's attacks. Alter Ego action, exhaust attached ally and spend a mental resource to discard this card. So we've got Absorbing Man, the minion, and ally. So the minions, Schema 2, attack of 1, 7 health, guard, and victory 1. While he's engaged with you, he gets +X attack, where X is the printed cost of the highest cost card you control. When defeated, the player defeated this minion puts a set aside Absorbing Man ally into play under their control. So they're all going to have that when defeated ability. So here we've got a thwart of 1, attack of 1 with 2 consequential damage on both. He's linked to that card. Victory 0 does not count against your ally limit. So you've got him for a little bit, not going to be shuffled back in your deck. An interrupt, when he attacks or thwarts, exhaust an upgrade or support you control, he gets +X to that power for this attack, where X is the card's printed cost to a max of 3. Then we have Titania with a scheme of 1, an attack of 3. Health of 8, steady, victory 1. Her attacks gain Overkill. When defeated, you get this one. Thwart 2, attack of 3, 5 health. Linked, victory 0. Let's see, looks like they all have the victory of 0 and don't count against your ally limit. Her attacks gain Overkill and Piercing. Then we have Whirlwind. Schema 2, attack of 1 at 6 health. Quick Strike, victory 1. After he attacks you, take an indirect damage for each side scheme in play. Then when defeated, you get this Whirlwind. Thwarting for 1, attacking for 0. 3 health. When he attacks, remove a threat from each scheme in play. For each threat removed this way, he gets +1 attack for that attack. That's pretty neat. And then lastly, we have Zax. Schema 1, attack of 2, 6 health. Retaliate 1, victory 1. When revealed, discard the top 4 cards of your deck. For each printed energy resource discarded this way, take an indirect damage. Then when defeated, We get the ally, thwarting for 3, attacking for 1, 4 health. After he enters play, search the top 5 cards of your deck for a card with a printed energy resource and add it to your hand. So that is everything in the Trickster Takeover Scenario pack for Marvel Champions. As always, I hope you enjoyed this unboxing. So please click on the like button below and be sure to subscribe. Thanks for watching.